Hi, Superman.
Okay, ready? Action, exactly. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Talk with Daryl and Derek, my brother, incredible. I'm Daryl, and this is my incredible brother, Derek. We're the Feliciano brothers. We do this talk to help everyone out here. And so, before we start any project, we want to definitely let you guys all know where you start. That's where you go back to. So, whoever invited you, you go back to whoever invited you. You have any questions, you can't reach the person who invited you, email us and we'll try to track down the guy who invited you through here. So you definitely go back and call. Anyone can say anything on here, so you guys are welcome to talk. But at the same time, our project is to help other teams all around the world to grow and grow and grow, to keep the mothership alive, keep the mothership growing for a long time to come. And that's Enagic. In this definitely interview, it's Enagic. So we want to keep them. We want to keep that team, that incredible, awesome ship alive. So, so just let you guys know, it is an open mic. It's all awesome. You guys will be able to talk at the end of the program. What you guys want to do, and it'll definitely make the speaker totally excited. And you guys can do comments through the whole program. You guys can send messages to it, and then at the end of the program, about the last 10-15 minutes, we're going to do Q&A. So if you guys think of something you want to ask the incredible speaker that we're bringing on, definitely ask the questions on the bottom, and we'll get those questions asked at the end of the program. So with that, we always start our program one way and one way only. My brother, incredible, awesome Derek, will put on what he does at every program. So let's bring it to Derek.
Actually, here's the awesome one. I'm just here to fill in the gaps. Right on. So for those of you guys who know who I am, I do my programs about 98% of the time almost exactly the same way. And what I do is I ask everyone to join me on a toast. So if you guys have some water, you guys have whatever you guys have in your whatever country you're in or wherever you're at, grab some something good to drink, and we're gonna do a toast. Give a few seconds for everyone. Out of my face. I'll switch hands this time. Aloha to water.
Aloha to water.
Now, I do that for two very, very most important reasons. The first reason is because I truly believe that water is that important. If we're going to toast to anything, we should be toasting to water. And water is life, and with that, we can actually sustain life. Exactly. So I truly believe if anybody's going to toast to anything, we should be toasting to water. But the second reason why I do that is probably very, very important, is that throughout the program, I'd like to see people actually drinking water. As you can see, I have 2 bottles here, and my goal is to get both of them down before this program's over. I believe that throughout this program, you guys should be drinking water as well as I will. If water is life, I hope that this program allows you to go out there and live an extra minute, an extra hour, or whatever it is. But go out there with good, healthy water so you can have good energy, good strength, good opportunities, and probably the most important thing is to have clarity in your mind.
Exactly.
So here we go. I want to say one thing before I pass it back off to Daryl, is that remember this one equation: knowing is half the battle. And the guest that we have today is amazing.
Amazing.
And I want to say totally that. I want to say that again. I want to say that so I'm clear. Knowing is half the battle, and we heard that from G.I. Joe. And about 4 years ago, I heard the statement twist. It says, knowing is half the battle, not knowing could actually hurt someone. The guy that we're about to bring up, what an amazing guy. He has got so much information, but his information is so just makes you feel good. Yeah. The way he presents it, the way he brings it out, if you get a chance to follow this individual that we're going to bring up in a few seconds, just remember now, the knowledge he's got is just an impact on us. We're sitting on the beach, and his just what he says just makes sense, or maybe makes dollars. All right, so I'm passing it back on.
So I got to bring up this incredible speaker. This is how I got to know him. Several years back, we actually opened up Waikiki Super Saturday, and definitely Waikiki Super Saturday is on this year. And the events are on 13, 14, 15, 16. But that's how I actually met this guy. I met him before that. Excuse me, sorry. Met him in Hawaii. I met him before that for sure. And what I know about this guy, right? He came down to he got invited and he came down to Waikiki Super Saturday, and for the aura that this guy has is totally. I mean, there's a lot of guys with a lot of loving aura around us, but to teach this guy right here, he comes out to Hawaii and he's part of Waikiki Super Saturday. And it's totally incredible because he actually brings a different part of love. I do a lot of loving on people, but he definitely brings a blueprint operation in the process. He actually loves on people, and he has a blueprint personality. It's totally incredible. He will teach, and you won't even know that you got taught. He came out there hanging out with us in an incredible beach house, and just watching his routine or how he does what he does just makes you want to be more healthy, one for sure, and two for sure definitely want to learn how to grow just like he does. I see as I watch, and I know that I know we live two different countries for sure.
Yes, there we go.
And I know that we live in two different countries for sure. I know that he has something going on in Mexico too, and I'm not too sure if that's still there, but he's saying yes, he has that going on over there. I watched that girl. That was awesome to see these guys put their hands on to build a dome. I'm not too sure what the name of it, but we'll bring him up to tell more about it. Definitely, I know that he was in Canada for sure, and incredible. A wife that comes on board that these guys put together. Then now we see him all around social media, and it's incredible to watch. Someone keeps growing and growing as we go through life and get to watch this guy grow. So my real is the craziest thing I'm gonna tell. One last thing before we bring him on is that when he actually flew off. See, so as personally, this is between me and Janice. When he was leaving the islands, he left something behind. He just don't know how impact he did into my life and Janice's life. Is that our healthy wise of what we ate? Because we ate everything. I mean, if you're local in Hawaii, loco moco, you're eating lau lau, you're eating all this good food all 24/7. That's all you can see. But he left us a bag of nuts, raw nuts. And that probably, and me and Janice was talking about it, that probably was the start of our regiment of why we do what we do today and how we eat and what we eat today. And he just gave us on hints and clues. Like I say to every program, I'm giving hints and clues. That was a huge hit in our life. So let's bring it on. Let's bring Kreel Hutchinson.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me on. You know, I love you guys, so I'm happy to be on and share my information, just share the vibes with you. So let's do it.
Right on. Well, you know, I'm glad you said that because in life, there are multiple people that we come across in many walks of that we've done. So for those of you guys who know who I am, I've been in multiple, I've owned several businesses, and I have had several businesses that went across the United States and back. So at one time I spent 101 I stayed at 101 rooms in 1 year traveling around. So I got to meet a lot of different people. But I gotta tell you something. Kreel, you know, life is, you've heard that statement, life's like a box of chocolate.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
my favorite chocolate is actually caramel. That's really my favorite chocolate, honestly. So if you guys are about to give me a gift, head that direction, that's where I'm heading. But Kreel is like the caramel chocolate. Like you look forward to seeing that one.
That's right.
So I'm honored and glad that you're on Thursday Talk with the Feliciano brothers. So thank you for coming aboard. And I know you're busy. You know, I know you're busy not because I know it. I know you're busy because of your habit. So, and you have a good habit. So I appreciate what you're allowing us to pick you for an hour of your time.
My pleasure.
No, thank you. So we'll get before let's get you to see if you could just tell us a little bit about you and kind of for the people who are watching, give us a little bit of kind of where you've been, maybe it's enough. And I know there's a lot of changes happening, so just kind of give you a synopsis of what's going on with you and maybe a little bit of what you're probably going to be doing.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So I've been in Enagic 9.5 years. I actually celebrate my 10-year anniversary November 1st. So I was thinking back. Yeah, November 1st, 2010 was when I got into the company, and it was the first day the SD 501 Platinum was available.
Oh my.
So I got that system. We got started. My previous experience from that, I had been tree planting. I had been teaching yoga. I had been doing construction stuff. So I didn't come from a business background. Someone introduced me to network marketing 13 years ago, and I joined another, supplement company. I learned a few things. I did okay. But when I got introduced to Enagic, I really saw the potential. I fell in love with the product. My background, I had been kind of healthcare. I'd always been really interested in, yoga and nutrition and healthy living. So it was a real natural fit for me. Loved the technology. And I really came from the health point of view when I got introduced to this. Although I had been building, a hobby of a network marketing business for a few years with another company. So I kind of understood that there was a potential. I hooked up with Wade Lightheart in Vancouver, Antonina, Katrine Volinsky. They were like a little crew that was kind of pitching me on it. We jumped on board. We started doing demos and following the leadership. And man, when you say change your water, change your life, looking back, I have probably, in our life, maybe we have like 10 major decisions we're going to make that have such an influence, a big ripple effect in our life. Me choosing to do Enagic is one of those. And I just locked in, and I was committed to it. I was $30,000 in debt at the time. I was not seeing many other opportunities. I don't mind working hard, but I don't want to go to work, if you know what I mean. And so I saw this and I'm like, I got to make this work. And I locked arms with Wade. We were doing demos twice a week in Vancouver. And fast forward, 16 months later, I became a 6A. And I went from my version of the penthouse or the outhouse to my version of the penthouse. Right. In 16 months, my whole reality shifted, and I started to feel a lot of release and security and just like a lot more abundance. We brought on some great people. We just continued to ride with it and build. So yeah, my background's in health, yoga and nutrition, construction, tree planting. But when I found this, I got excited. And I've really, over the last 10 years, just tried to every day get 1% better, improve my skills. About 4 or 5 years ago, I was just like, okay, I got to make a shift on to learning more about social media, get better at that, because I was seeing that's where I wanted to kind of take my business. But for my wife and I, we got married a couple of years ago. We've been able to travel all over the world with our spiritual meditation group, but also with our Enagic family, going to great events. It's been my full-time business the whole time, but it's kind of the joke. I don't really work full-time. I put in my 35 hours a week, but I keep busy with all these other things and just like living the lifestyle. So I couldn't have enough good things to say about Enagic and the opportunity. And we've just seen so many people have wonderful health experiences, but also been able to, and the privilege to work with a lot of great distributors and team leaders and cross team and in my business. So it's been a fantastic project. So I'm really happy to be here with you, and as I look into the future, we moved out of Vancouver. We decided we wanted to get more rural and live like a little quieter. So we've been moving in more to an online business for several years. So that's really picked up, and, we're about 90 units away from going -3. And our goal is to do that by December. And then, that will bump Wade up to -4. So that will be a real great victory for the whole kind of PH Alliance team.
Absolutely. Yes.
Right there. We're excited for that.
So that's interesting you said that, because I didn't realize that. I met you in 2013. I don't know if you remember, but you were doing programs on Broadway.
Yeah.
Broadway up at that. It was like a place that had all these amazing pictures.
Yeah, it was a fancy place.
Yeah, the fancy place. Yes, it was. Yes, and I remember you got up there and everybody was like in awe, and so was I. So
Still in awe.
Right? You just. I think you're the only person I knew that did big tomatoes, and I was like, oh my gosh. So you definitely in Vancouver for me is going to be a remembrance of you. So So I know you moved, but I still associate that process together.
Yeah, cool.
So let me ask you a question. So you've been in business for 10 years and almost 10 years, and you have the opportunity right now to let us know. For those of you guys who are just beginning, we've been here for a year, or for those of you guys who have a couple years under your belt, I know there's like even some experienced people on right now, and people here just watching live. Yes, they're 6 feet apart from each other for all those people who are concerned, and they're not wearing masks, so we will apologize for that. But for those who are listening right now, how would you define? I know you got lots going on, but how would you define success in Enagic?
It's a great question. That's going to look different for everybody else. For my wife and I, we try to live our life by, spiritual, religious properties and values. And so we determined a long time ago that, a kind of conversation, what our needs versus wants are. And so we're not very flashy people, and we don't need big houses, big cars, all of that stuff. That's not really what drove us. So success for us was really the ability to do what we want, when we want, with the people we want, and to have a level of security which comes with like financial residual income that allows us to feel, taken care of, day to day, week to week, month to month, so that we can, enjoy our time together, make plans of creating a lifestyle that really fits where our income coming in is, so that we can reduce the stress level in our life. For me, that's what success is, when I can wake up every day and feel excited about what I got going on, but also, hey, I can take a break if I want to, right? So we have really adjusted our dreams fit inside our Enagic lifestyle. And, some people need to make a whole lot. Some people need to, not. But this project can really allow you a lot of freedom. So for me, it's at the end of the day, success for me is like, has Enagic given me the freedom to live the lifestyle that I want? And it's 100% yes.
What's your thought on these people that you help? What is like? My next question was what motivates you, but I can see what really motivates you. So like being with your wife and enjoying the time. So I want to switch the questions around, and I want to ask, so there's a lot of people that that have crossed your path, and if you're going 682-3, there's a lot of people you impact and a lot of lives you impact. So what's your take on that? How do you feel about helping? I have to say, at 682-3 or 682-2, you've easily helped a ballpark range of at least 700 families, regardless if it's bigger or smaller. What's your take on that? What do you feel about helping all these people, changing their lives, even if it's a little or a lot?
Yeah, great question. It was one of the things that attracted me to the actual project in the beginning, because for me, I'm looking for like win-win-win situations in my life, that I can help people, I can help the environment, and I can help myself and my family, right? So whenever I sell a Kangen water system, I know I'm contributing to those 3 areas in a beneficial way. So that gets me excited. Anytime you can do good work in the world and have an impact, you're headed in the right direction. And so I've seen transformations in people's health, but I've also seen, financial transformations where people have really gotten, out of tough scenarios and into feeling a little bit more free and easy in their life. So for me, it's a good feeling, Derek. At the end of the day, I think contribution is a driving factor in my life, wanting to make sure that I leave the place a little bit better than I found it. So, people pitch me all the time because of the industry that we're in, but a lot of times I'm just like, hey, you know what, this product, this business, I don't see the value of what it really is going to touch people's lives, change people's lives. Where it's Enagic, when you contribute to somebody's drinking water, and how that affects every other aspect of their life. You know, that's really deep, meaningful, profound work. So I have a lot of gratitude to Enagic for the opportunity to actually be that person, right? To be able to touch people in that way, because it's really influencing entire families and communities. So, you know, it makes me feel really great about the project, and makes me feel like, you know, I found a home. You know, like, why would I go look for anything else? I can make a massive impact globally right here.
A year and a half ago, someone asked me, someone said to me that, how can you do what you do? And I said, and I want to see what your thought on this. I said that without water, you couldn't have anything. I don't care about plant, even iron. You need to have water with iron to turn a page. I know you're a reader. To turn a page, you actually need to have the water to turn a page. And I thought about that for a while, and then I thought to myself that just like what you just said, but I thought to myself is that I actually give people purpose. Do you think you do the same?
Well, I'll put it this way. If you're able to inspire people and transfer the energy and belief that you have in this project to another person, like to a new prospect, and give them belief or passion or inspiration, you can grow in a massive team, right? And I think that is one of the keys of leadership, to actually really inspire and motivate and give your vision of what this is, and let another person kind of grab that and see it for themselves, because they're just getting started. They just don't really know. So if you get good at that, and I feel like I've been able to share that, you know, with my passion, and also, you know, showing people a logical business, you know, why checking under the hood of this business, it all makes sense. But if you can transfer that passion and belief, oh, wow, you can get a lot of people on board. And I think that's a really good sign of leadership.
It's
There you
true.
go.
It is.
Exactly.
And you definitely have done that tremendously. There's a guy that 2 years ago taught me a little bit more about what logic is, and you hit that right in the nose. If we can inspire people to actually make a difference in their lives, that actually, you can walk around with a big smile on your face, and you can walk around with your head up high.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
I believe you do. I believe you definitely do that. I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna pass it on to Daryl. I think Daryl got something to say.
well,
Cool.
you know, I know that I'm the quiet one in this journey here. I have a question for you. One question would be is that how impacting and what for you is for events. See, so we create events. So what does an event do for you, and how can we? Is it worth going? And just give me an overview of events.
Okay,
I mean,
great. You know, I built, you know, I've been, first off, so after 10 years, I've tried a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
Some things worked, some things didn't work, trial and error. So over my 10 years, you know, I built a very traditional network marketing business the first 5 or 6 years. You know, that made me, you know, $500,000 doing it that way, which was like recruiting friends and family, having events, doing demos, sharing the water. Then I got to this point where I wanted to have more freedom in what I was doing, because we were building a place. We had bought a place in Mexico. We were part of this 30-acre, beautiful, like, retreat center setting. So we became a member there. We wanted to build a place. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, well, I want to be spending 4 months of the year in Mexico. So how am I going to, what does this business need to look like? So I started like, okay, I want to learn a little bit more online skills. So for events, I built my whole business, the foundation on events, the weekly demos, and then the larger events in Vancouver, and then going to the conventions and all that stuff. So events just allow people to understand the company, the product, the inspiration, the leadership, the family, the whole message in a faster, more condensed way. So anytime you can do that, you're always going to benefit, right? So events have been huge in that, and I recommend them. The last couple of years, because we've been moving around and so forth, I've had a lot less events. So I've created more events online, like you guys are doing right now. This is an event, right? It's a weekly place to get together. So when you're building a team and a community, you need to have these events so that people can plug in, because a lot of the reason why people are here is for this collaboration and comradeship and building a sense of family and community. So without the events, you just don't get that magic. So it's absolutely crucial.
You're absolutely right about that. Look, we got a dust storm going.
Yeah, you guys look good. You guys are fine. A little windy in the Aloha. It's good.
That's right. So, you know, events are, and hang on, we're gonna do something real quick here. They're telling me to hold on for a second.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys can still hear me. That's good. All right. So one of the questions I've got for you, and then I'm hoping I'm gonna make you smile at the end of this. Wait, hang on. They're gonna bring me back. Hang on. They're about to bring me back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to make you smile a little bit. What I'm looking for is I would like for you to tell our family something specific that at an event you can name. I would like you to name the event. I don't care where around the world it was. I don't care if it was a different country. I just don't. I just want to know. Name me one thing that you think that that made you adjust a little, like just made you like do something that might have been profound, or at least took you one direction and then kind of put you to like maybe a 190 or 180, and just because of something you heard or that made you do that little adjustment. So the question is, what event and what was the statement?
Cool. Yeah, the event was in my first year. I had just gone 4A, so I was maybe like 5 or 6 months into the business, and there was an event down in, I believe it was the Phoenix area, and it was a group that was put on by Premier Partners that used to be our upline. They're really a big successful team, and it was with George Goshik,
Oh yes.
who was our leader at the time. And it's one thing when you go to the event, you see what's on stage, but a lot of the magic is actually outside the room when you get to talk to people and you get to, approach leaders and so forth, and your upline and be like, hey, do you have any tips for me? So I took advantage of that. I sat with George and I asked him, hey, because he had kind of helped recruit me into the business. And I said, okay, so this is the point I'm at. And he said, okay, great, 4A. This is where you're at in this tipping point, because you're making 50% of the commissions now, right? So you've already learned the hard part. Right here, it goes, and he kind of looked at my team and everything, and he just really emphasized to continuing to do the things that were working. And also, he gave me a really good tip that I kind of stayed to me since then. He goes, because I was like, okay, well, how do you know you got a business builder? Because I was bringing people in, working with people. And he said, you have a business builder when they're calling you.
Yeah, that was good.
And he goes, because you can spend a lot of time trying to convince someone to join a business, and then you're going to end up convincing them to work as well in your business. He goes, but you got a business builder when they're calling you and they're bugging you. He goes, those are the people you pay attention to, right? Those are the people you really lock arms with and start to work. And that, that one little piece, and still today, I follow that. I'm like, I know my business builders because they're in contact with me all the time. And it's not me reaching out to them. They're reaching out to me. They're asking questions. They're setting up calls. They're showing up on the meetings and stuff. So I just really focus my energy to make sure I'm paying attention to those people in my business.
Nice. That, what, I like that. That was good. That, I want to tell the folks at home or the people who are watching here that I got a fun story with you, and I'm almost sure, I'm hoping to make you smile just a little. I'm hoping it makes you smile a little. So our second year that we had our Super Saturday here in Waikiki. It was at the Ala Moana Hotel, and I did a program, and the program was I am amazing. Yeah. I am.
Keep going. Keep going.
So I'm hoping you left the screen to grab something. So and you reached out and you grabbed something. I'm hoping that's right. Exactly. I was gonna say that. Oh, you can't see me. Oh, I have the. Yes, I appreciate you still having that. I am tennis ball, because that's what it is, right? It's the belief of what you are is going to get what you want to be. Exactly. And I love the idea you still have the ball, and you traveled. I'm guessing you traveled with it, because you're not in Vancouver anymore. Yeah. And I appreciate you having the ball. But for those of you guys who don't know, I was throwing the balls out, and I got to watch how passionate Kreel wanted the ball. Because I wasn't going towards Kreel, and Kreel went at least 15 feet to snag it, and he got it. And you know what? I'm honored that you got one of the balls. This is yes. If I get a camera back on me, I'll show you my ball. And yes, I appreciate you having that ball. That's just to my heart. That is amazing, because I believe that water. I believe that that my goal is to help people understand how important water is to life. And a couple years ago, I got this giant octopus because I want to touch everywhere. I want the legs of the octopus to touch everywhere. And I believe that the I am balls makes people go do what they got to be and be what they got to do. So I appreciate you having it. I appreciate you having that. Yes, I got that smile. So I'm
yeah. No, that was a great lecture, or a great talk that you had, and it inspired me. And I was just like, hey, I want one of those balls. I'll hold on to that.
Hey, so that puts me in there. So before I continue on technical difficulty, I have a brand new light system in here, and we just noticed that it's actually heating up. So we know that's our challenge here. So no mind the background, but I do have a question for you, Kreel. Hey, you know that event that you went there, how impactful was that event for you? Just yeah, but I know that was a couple years ago.
He talked the first two events.
Right, the first two events for sure. Did that impact in your future? I mean, it's in the past now, so today's the future. Did those two events impact you?
Well, absolutely. It's always a good idea to go to an event. For me, part of the inspiration is, you got to get yourself around other leaders, other people who are committed to the project, so you feel inspired. If you're down, it usually brings you up. If you're up, you're able to bring other people up with you, So I also think it's important, like I have a team on the islands. So, and I have a long-term relationship, obviously, with the Enagic offices. So anytime you can go somewhere and you can connect to the office and the staff there and really, make one-on-one personal relationships, it's very helpful for doing business long-term. So, we got to take advantage of that. And just being on the islands is such an amazing place. So I would get my leaders out and that are continuing in the business. So absolutely, you guys put on a fantastic event. I love it.
So on that note, we definitely have this year at 2 right now, as long as we understand that November 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th is going to happen. And I know that you haven't been here last year, but I'm telling you, let's give me an idea what happened last year. I understand. Oh, I understand. I was there. There's actually, it becomes a 3-day event. Actually, the first day, we have a special speaker. It would be a 1-to-1, just a small group, whoever comes in on Friday. And then there's a demo, because if you're out here, you can invite people to Hawaii. You want to create a team in Hawaii for what? So you can come back. And it's been an awesome spot to keep coming back to Hawaii. And so you can create a team here. And then, so we have Shan Stratton. I can chop out some names. I know Shan Stratton will do that demo. And then I can't tell you who's the first speaker. She's an awesome worldwide speaker out of New York. So you guys got to hit. Hints and clues along the way. And that's going to be a private session. And if you're here early, you'll be able to get into that. And then there'll be a Saturday, an all-day event with incredible new. I understand there's a bunch of new 6A, 6A2s, and 6A2-3 possible. I hear that there's a dash tree, another dash tree at Hawaii, so that'd be awesome to see that come up here. And then there'll be a bunch of speakers there. Of course, let me just run off some. Of course, Roger, Sabina Gadet will be out here for sure. I got some new speakers out of California coming out here. We have some Singapore. They're saying they want to be here, and we have a possible of a lady, babe. Where she got India? India? Is it India? The dashboard? Singapore? No, is it no Singapore? And it is India, and it's possible a Japan speaker coming out here too. So we got a bunch of small stuff going on. An awesome impacting day to teach and grow, and then we got some tools coming out. Of course, Sam Tran. He's be out here too, and so that's gonna be awesome because he'll teach that. He's totally incredible. And then there's a Sunday. Sunday is about just taking some tools back with you guys so you guys can use it, utilize it. But what happens is that we follow up with an incredible boat cruise, not a small boat, but a pretty nice sized boat with a dinner cruise on top of that. And I understand a hint and clue of this. I understand. I'm receiving hints, and I heard that there's steak and lobster on that journey right there. So if you're doing steak and lobster, that would be awesome to have that. But if you don't eat seafood, you don't eat steaks, let us know. Email Top Team Hawaii. Let us know if you got tickets coming here. Let us know what you eat so we can actually prepare it for you can have it on the meal on the boat. The purpose of that would be to capture all the leaders, but they can't go nowhere. And you got about 2-3 hours to ask questions. And it's a white. It's like how I'm wearing now, white. It's a white party, so everybody comes with white. And
awesome.
And then we follow up with an incredible beach party on Monday because, you know, it's not about us. It's about our families. So I believe that a lot of the teams I remember the first year at Hilton that me running around bringing lunches to kids in their hotels because they're waiting for their parents to finish their journey. So what I did was I gave them lunches. I took them to each and every one of the units and dropped off lunches to them. And what I thought of this was that, hey, why don't we make it like a family day? That way the families can come out there. You remember, Kreel, we took a day after a Monday out of the beach house. But we're gonna blow it up. There'll be some paddle boards out there, some jet skis. Oh, now I've been speaking that into existence. Maybe, that might happen because a lot of stuff's happened along the way. But I know for sure they'll have some boat party and stuff you play on the water and stuff. So we'll have that going on Monday. And then for you speakers, who knows, if you come up, girl, you're totally invited. Hey, we're doing a special event, I think on Tuesday. We're going to bring it back to the Hawaiian side. They're going to take it on to, I'm going to say that right, Lo'i. I'm going to take it back to Lo'i.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys can watch how we actually pull hollow out of the ground and actually get our hands in there. And so that's
traditional how Hawaiians would actually cater to the land.
And so we got that going on, and that's possible. And if you come out here for sure, you're invited. You and your wife will be totally invited to that. And that'll be a special thing going on for people who still left behind and who want to see something like that. So, and that's what we're doing. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody out there, but that's definitely the journey we're doing.
That was just 3-minute commercial.
That was my 3-minute commercial right there. We got that in there. Right on. So, hey, I believe events are where events are. I just believe that. Hey, I see from event to event, you know, we're breaking 6 days out of 6 days and 682s and 682-3. So, hey, I can't see why not be in Hawaii. I mean, come on, that's awesome. So your intake on our events was awesome. I appreciate that you're here. If you do come on and you want to be here, let us know so we can help make that possible for you too. So, hey,
yeah, I think you guys are, you know, it's a great time of the year because, you know, Enagic is not going to do their convention this year. So, you know, there's really a need to fill with the community of offering something where people can get together. So November, it's good timing.
Yeah, and it's warm here.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about those who are in Washington and in Canada and in Vancouver and in Toronto. We're just saying that it's not like
it's going to be warm here for sure, comfortably warm.
So we're not done with your questions. So we saved the last for the hard ones, and you know we just want to, you know, we know we really can't stump you, so we're going to go ahead and just ask you the fun questions.
Cool.
So this next question is, if you had to start all over, would you do anything different, and what would your adjustments be?
Uh, I would do a bunch of things different.
I'm glad to see. Yes,
Right.
nice.
I think the more you understand about the compensation plan, the better chances you have of optimizing your time, energy in this project. And so we didn't really know what we were doing 10 years ago. So the first couple of years we did it a little bit differently. And that ended up costing me, dash three would have happened like 2 or 3 years ago. Dash four could probably be on the plate because we just didn't build it. We built it wide instead of building it in depth. So I think, if you're serious about this business, you want to really understand how the compensation plan works so that you maximize your time and energy. And then I would focus on putting systems together right off the bat, because eventually you get so many people in your business that you need to be able to have a training system that works for them. You need to be able to document that. You need to make that go over here, enter in your password and start accessing the training system. So I would have implemented those skills earlier. And also probably focused a little bit more on doing social media stuff and learning some marketing skills. I started to learn that in the last 3 years versus, if I had done that at the beginning, my business would look completely different. So, so 3 things, learn the comp plan, learn some marketing, and learn some, social media.
Right on. Well, that's funny you say that is because, I have one more question to ask, which you kind of tapped on a little, and you've already expressed that you've already ventured off into the social media platform, and you as well as I know that we've got a multiple different ways of building this business.
Yep.
And we follow good leaders and passionate leaders like you guys, like you and Wade Lightheart and Sia Top and the Cadets and Roger and Sabina Cadets and Tamina. We follow these passionately because you guys are passionate. The question I got is social media. Where do you grab? No, let me say it differently. What would you tell somebody new in this industry? Because we're in coronavirus. I know we're the right time. So what would you tell somebody that's getting involved in the last 6 months? How and where, hints and clues of what you would recommend for them to do with social media, and kind of give your insights if you want, or give me a good platform on that.
Yeah. So what I learned years ago was I started to, and this will be for your audience, if I started to load up training videos into my YouTube channel, right? My YouTube channel is Kreel Hutchinson Living Hydration. It probably has about 80 videos there, both on the water, the product, the compensation plan, all kinds of areas. And, I think it's a great service. I built it for my team, but it's for the entire Enagic community. So as I was learning that, here's where I think we're at. I think right now with, what's happened this year and what's happening with the economy, I think we are on the verge of the biggest growth that we've seen in the Enagic business and network marketing, the direct selling industry, than we've seen in about 10 years. I would expect Enagic to double, triple, really, really do well in the next 3 years, because there is a lot of people who are going to get some unfortunate news. They've already gotten it, or they're on the edge of getting it. And especially towards September and October, there's going to be some really strong movements in the economy, and people that normally wouldn't look at getting into the network marketing or the direct selling industry are going to look. So you have the potential right now. If you're getting started, it's a great time to get started. It's a great time to actually increase your efforts, because there are going to be whales. There are going to be super leaders available in the next 6 to 12 months that normally would never look at getting involved with network marketing. And they're going to look to get involved because of the changing economy. And, if we have a, whatever another lockdown could be, or what are all those things, where it's very unknown. So there are, in my business, like I've probably done 3 demos in 2 years. And I just had my best month in a year last month. So what I focused on is being able to educate people through an online medium, social media, attract people in from all different walks of life. Because I realized after 10 years, guess what? I sold a machine to everybody I knew. They already own machines, and the people that were going to do the business were going to do the business. I ran out of people to talk to. So I figured, hey, I have to go maximize my social media impact so that I get brand new eyeballs on this offer. So I teach a lead generation way to how to, properly do social media so that you have people reaching out to you. We take them through an education process, and we really are suggesting to people, you can build an online business, right? That doesn't include like face-to-face demos. People don't need to try the water, all that stuff. It's really focused on the product side. But also, Kangen Water, the brand name is so established now, people don't need to go try it. Everybody's been trying it for 25 years. We know it works. People can just look at those videos and see testimonials. So we have found that right now there's a very strong interest in our health technology to improve people's health, but also on the business side. You could sell a $5,000 water system, or you can sell a $5,000 global business to somebody, right? And they get a water system as a bonus. And that is very appealing right now, because people are looking for multiple streams of income. They're feeling uncomfortable where things are looking in the future. They want to build an online business. That's an appealing quality. So if you can, through your social media, attract people with those type of interests, you can do really well right now, because there's a massive audience that's looking for these programs and opportunities that have systems in place so that they can really get started and bring a bunch of people with them. So I think we're in really interesting times, guys. I think the next 6 to 18 months are going to be very interesting for the company, but also, the economy, the world, and all that stuff. And I think Enagic is very well positioned. I'm already seeing an increase. This last 3 or 4 months has been an increase in interest in what we have to offer.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna first hear that you came out and you talked and you said that statement, just like you just reminded me the statement, you sounded just exactly the same statement you said when someone asked you, how do you sell a $4,000 machine? Now it's 5,000, but how do you sell a $5,000 machine? And you turn around and you say, where in the world can you get a $5,000 global business? And you're right. I mean, this is an amazing business, and with leaders like you who paved the trail for us to come behind you guys, and you guys have blazed a massive trail. I mean, between I'm sure PH Alliance have definitely helped thousands of people, and I know you are one of the heart in that business as well. That we appreciate you coming on board with us, because without you guys we couldn't be doing what we're doing.
Exactly. Totally. Wouldn't be where we are
We're
right now.
enjoying life. Don't get me wrong. I'll tell my story at this for the first time ever. I think I'm telling my story at this next event, and then you'll.
And it's an awesome story, guys. He went through a lot.
I believe it. That's so great. No, it's been great to see this whole community over 10 years grow. And I've also done changing marketing and brand and teams and all that stuff, like in an inner process of just around, branding and marketing. But I'm really excited for what the next 10 years are going to be, right? And where this company is going to go on a larger scale, and the infrastructure that's been created for us to grow into. It's an incredible opportunity.
Well, you made an interesting point a second ago. You just said that that made my hair stand up to remember that there could be another shutdown. And if that happens, we'll be in a different world. And at this point, the next 4 or 5 months, we might be kind of staying the same. But if there's another shutdown, that's going to be interesting. So you are right. I mean, opportunities are wide open right now. And if there's another shutdown, for sure, it's going to be really wide open. So yeah. Absolutely right.
And sharp looking people that, are looking for opportunities to start now, to just in case, that it's too late whenever you get the pink slip or you get the bad phone call that you're out of business or you're, unemployed. It's almost too late to start looking. You want to get going when it's earlier so that you have some more options.
Exactly.
Well, the people you are right. One thing that this is probably our biggest month, and a lot of the people that we're talking to has stepped back and is realizing what happened in 2007, 8, and 10 in that realm. So yeah, people are looking. You're absolutely right. So it's a great point to make sure to pull out to make sure everyone realize that.
Exactly.
Before I ask this last fun question, anything else to say? 'Cause I got one more friend.
Well, you know what? No, you can ask the question and
Ready?
you can close the deal.
Okay, you close it up.
No. We'll ask the question and.
All right. So, this last question is just for you. You gave us a lot of information. Trust. Hope I say this the right way. You've given whoever's watching, and when we put this on other social medias, you gave a lot of information. We appreciate that. You've actually gave a lot of hints and clues, and you gave a lot of gold nuggets. So I hope that for all of us who are watching and watching the future to come, that they can take some of it and utilize it. But before we end this program, why don't you tell our fans and our listeners something that you give us your last gold nugget for us.
Oh. My last gold nugget. Well,
or new people.
Yeah. So, well, I think it's a bit of my story as well. So 10 years is a long time in any business. And I think when we all start, we have this dream of getting to -3. That's like, for me, I was like the idea of a residual income of $5,000 a month, for the length of the company, me involved in it. I was just like, wow, I could retire in that. That was 10 years ago, like a younger guy. And so I was just like, wow, if I could make that, my life would totally be changed. And I realized when you understand the compensation plan and you do it right, you're basically, every sale gets you one step closer to that. Oh, yeah. And I've had experiences where I've had leaders that have left, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, if I was in the traditional network marketing business, and I would lose out all of that production, but in this business, I stay exactly where I am. I never derank. I just keep moving forward. So, I'm a very committed person. And so if you're a committed person and you decide to really do this, just realize every sale in your business gets you closer to -3. The only way you don't get to -3 is if you stop selling, because the company's not going to take it away from you. They're not going to derank you. They're not going to do any of that stuff. It's only about moving forward, even if it took you 15 years. And for me, I'm like 10 years. I wish I had, I saw Seehaw do it. I saw Wade do it in 8 years. I've seen guys do it in 2 years. I've seen guys do it in 4 years, 5 years. So I'm actually feels like I'm doing it slower than everyone else, but I realize it's my story. And it's like this big weight on my back to get there, right, and do it. But I realize it's also the benefit of this business, right? The only way you don't get to -3 is if you stop. And even if it took you 15 years, all right, then you've got that legacy money and lifestyle to pass on to your kids. So I think the Enagic opportunity is so rare. Most people don't understand it. And so my golden nugget for you is like, hey, every day you make a sale, you're one step closer to going -3. Never give up.
I love that. That's I'm gonna stop talking because we could have this conversation for a long time. I will say this, that in life, if you look for the end result, the absolutely end result, the journey, and forget about the journey, you missed out a lot. And I want to just say comfortably, as far as I've known you for 6.5 years, that your journey has been amazing. I mean, there's not too much you can't say that was. I mean, not every journey goes up and down, but for the most part, your journey. I've saw the Mexicos, and I've seen the goats, and I've seen your beautiful wife, and I've seen just the process and the journey. Just a great story. That's
Yeah.
If you get to write a book, you should, because I think that book would, from when I known you, from yoga to changing, not only changing lives with yoga, but changing life with water and changing life, people, their financial situations. What a great story you've got, and everything in between. That'd be awesome. I would read that. I would buy that. You make
Thanks,
that
guys.
book.
So hold on, we got a couple questions, and as these the question is before we don't wrap this up. What you
Okay.
get Saturday, November 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. The way you get tickets, you got to go to Top Team Hawaii Facebook, and there's a way to buy tickets through there. So you can, if you are interested in that, I do know that they told me to let everybody know that that's how you get it. Because when they're done, people ask how you get tickets. So if you are planning to come, that's how you do it. It's Top Team Hawaii. But do I have any questions to ask Kreel?
Yeah.
Q&A questions coming up right now.
Melissa would like to know, does Kreel have training on how to do the Enagic business online?
Yeah. Well, he can answer it.
Well, yeah, we do. And you know, I think all teams offer something, and there's different, you know, depths of training. I put a lot of my stuff on my YouTube channel, the Kreel Hutchinson Living Hydration. So there's some great information there. And then I follow like people who are teaching in the network marketing industry. There's people that are teaching, you know, people in all kinds of companies how to do network marketing online more effectively. There's Fraser Brooks out of the UK. There's Eric Worre. There's so many other people that you can plug into some of their stuff. I've bought trainings from these different people that I've learned it. There are some of my mentors that I actually have paid courses that I've purchased so that I can, you know, improve my skills there. And then you follow people on social media that are doing it. So there are specific strategies that certain teams are implementing, and that is very helpful. When you get a whole team doing a strategy, then it really feeds in rather than one person doing their own social media stuff. And so there are some great teachers that are teaching those types of strategies that can be implemented for one person, but also like a group of people to all be, you know, kind of doing the same thing.
Quick input. Eric Worre, GoPro, great program, great, just great teaching. You know, I know they're away from any of these big events because of this coronavirus, but if you guys, for those of you listening in, that's a great teacher too. Just want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Sam had asked, what was the biggest mindset aha moment that broke the business open for you, Kreel?
You know, I think it's a personal, and it's almost like a spiritual moment because we get into this place where we really start comparing our success with other people. And so when I was like 5 years into the business, I was seeing a whole bunch of teams do really well, get you know, just really explode. And I kind of took my eye off the prize, and I was just like, oh, maybe Enagic's not for me. And I went and looked at a bunch of other companies for a year and joined another program. And I still had Enagic checks coming in and all that stuff. And I was still promoting it, supporting it. And I just was like, oh, I got to go look, because I really wanted to learn online businesses. So I joined it wasn't a network marketing business. And after 10, 11 months, I realized, what am I doing? I'm like, I still got Enagic checks coming in. You know, I'm making more off this thing I'm not even paying attention to than all this energy and effort that I'm pouring into something. And I just realized the strength and the security and the longevity of this program that allowed me to, like, you know what? I'm always one sale closer to going to -3. You know, just keep moving forward, just keep learning. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. You know, just like, this is my own journey, my own mission. Just keep getting better 1% at a time. So it was really, that helped me kind of like just sink into this, being like, okay, this is my home. This is where I want to do it. And so that was an aha moment for me. That was like almost like you recommit over and over again to this business. So that was like a deeper level of commitment. When I made that decision, I'm like, okay, I'm here to -3.
That's it. That's awesome right there. That's it right there.
Yeah,
It's your journey by yourself. It's not against anybody else. It's really your journey. Right.
Yeah, those folks, you guys can find Kreel on YouTube. I know I can see some of you guys who are in my organization. You guys already asked me about who this guy was. You guys can find him. He's on social media around, so you guys can pick up on some of the information. He's got a heart, and he's got, in life, we trust. The reason why we do what we do is because we trust people. That he's one of the guys that I definitely trust in with my business, and obviously he's on our talk, but he is definitely, if you want to learn something, you can learn. He's definitely a good guy to learn from.
Exactly. Totally.
Thanks for your support, guys. I appreciate it.
Any more questions? We're good here. We want to first for sure meet us totally incredibly. This last hour we worked with you, you totally inspire us, inspire a lot of our team that can see it in their eyes, and totally fired up and excited. I know the journeys are different journeys that we did 5 years ago. Like when we started Waikiki Super Saturday, Jen Magic was 5 years ago when he was here. I mean,
Amazing.
First days, dude.
yeah, amazing. I mean, look where we went from there to now, and like you said, it is a journey by yourself. It's not a journey with anybody else. It's the stories in your mind, the stories in your life. My brother said it totally awesome. It is. It's in your mind. No one else's.
That's right.
And you make decisions and you keep growing. But you're right. The back burner, the checks still come in no matter what we do, what we decisions we make and changes.
I love my life.
That checks still come in at the post office. I don't know, you're just go to the post office and it's still there. So it's awesome to have something like that in our lives. And so I know this time is really this incredible time with you. I know that I have to close this right now. So I really appreciate you. Thank you. I'm taking up your time to give to each and every one of us who's out here in the social world. Love you big time. I can't wait to see you again. I know we're going to be in Seattle. I heard we're going to be in Seattle. Derek's going to be in Seattle.
Yeah, but he's not in Seattle.
I know that, but I heard Derek's going to be in Seattle, and I know for sure that I heard that we are going somewhere in Canada, and so as long as we can go, we are going. I know we're being in Arizona. I know you're moving around too, so we'd love to go check out your Mexico place. We'd love to. I know that you sent me a link to help me find that journey. I wish I was totally, at that time I wasn't, but right now it's totally different today. But that I watched you grow that was amazing. We look forward all the time. We would love to get a end result of that picture. If you got a picture of that, send it to Janice.
Well, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get to dash 3. We're going to take that big bonus and we're going to finish off the casita down there. So I kind of finish off the project. It's kind of halfway. And we really want to get to dash 3, and then we can kind of set up the next phase of life after that.
There you go.
Nice.
We can't wait for that.
Well,
We're
keep us in the loop.
we're excited.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I just wanted to say is that just for those listeners, so next week is my
we want to say it right now, but he's on the road,
right.
and if he can get actual Wi-Fi connection where he's at.
Well, I'm getting the Ritz-Carlton, so I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess, but no guarantees. So next week's my last week for a couple of weeks, I think it is, right? And then I'll be back when I get back from Maui, I think. And then,
exactly. But so we the speaker, we have awesome speakers locked up to each other. We want to say, I want to say his name. We're going to speak it out there. I'm going to pray that everything goes well. I'm going to want to speak what I want. So see up top, we'll be here next Thursday on this, and I'm going to speak it into existence. All in. He taught me that. Manifest it all in. He will be here and teaching us next Thursday. So for you guys to know, love you, Kreel.
Thank you.
Give you a hug, see your family, your beautiful
Thanks,
wife.
guys.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
yes. Well, look for sorry. Hope to see you shortly or soon, face to face.
All right. Much aloha. Bye, everybody. Thanks for your support.
Open up everybody. Open up to everybody. They can say something.
Wait, hang on.
Open up everybody's. Open up everybody, please.
Hang on, almost.
Aloha, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. It was really
Thank you, guys.
inspirational. Very good. Thank you so much.
Bye, Sonny. I hear that. Aloha, guys.
Aloha.
Bye.
Oh, Chris.
Danny. Crystal.
I don't know how to leave the meeting.
Red button on the top.
Let's leave. Leave the meeting at the top. Meeting's at the top. Wait.
That's Kreel. There's the talking. It's going to be laughing. Told you. The dolphins were.